It's your boy. It's your boy. It's the Rameat that didn't come out as fluently as I thought it would, to be honest. I practiced it so much in my head, but it came out so much worse than I thought it was going to be. But your boy's back. Preview time for Liverpool. Liverpool Brentford is the game of choice this weekend. It's the early kickoff. Liverpool getting early kickoffs is fairly normal nowadays. Uh, it's gonna be a hard one. I don't think our record at the GTEC Stadium is any good, to be honest. Then we've had two games in the past couple of seasons, 3-3, and I think we got smashed last time out 3-1. So yeah, our record at their stadium isn't the best, and it's gonna have to change this time around. No more slip ups can be afforded in this title race. Man City are closing, like they're just there. They're doing what I thought they were going to do a long time ago, and I called it a long time ago. I knew they would do this. Like they always have a slump in the middle, and then they come out of nowhere. Like the title means so much to them, and they're in the picture again. And Liverpool need to sort this horrible like record at Brentford out, and it has to come tomorrow. And knowing that we have so much on the line going into this game, all the injuries seem to be coming at the wrong possible time. Like the news of Trent being out broke earlier in the week. So we had, that was a bit of a sadness, but we knew the likes of Connor Bradley were back. And obviously, being with Kanate being available again, that means we have Joe Gomez. Should he have to be playing at right back? Um, Obviously, Joe Gomez is back from his flu bug as well. But Connor Bradley will. That's my predicted lineup on the left hand side of your screen. I imagine Connor Bradley coming straight back into the lineup, and boy, did I miss that guy. Obviously, I'm hoping he's ready. Like, I'm hoping mentally he's ready and happy to be back. Obviously, football is probably a distraction for him to keep his mind busy for more whatever he like. Man, I've lost my pops. It's not easy. Like you find a way to cope. That's the best way to say it. You're never gonna forget that moment. You're never gonna forget that there's always gonna be a massive hole like in your heart that you've lost a parent. But you do find a way to cope and keep busy and occupied. And maybe football's gonna do that for him. Um, so obviously, I know I'm on a football fan level. I'm happy to see him back, and I'm hoping that he can continue and pick up from where he left off last time. And obviously, I'm hoping things are all good for him in the future, and hopefully things are and hopefully he's getting all the support he can because it's not easy, man. It's not easy, but hopefully things are. Hopefully they've welcomed him back and supported him as much as they can. Midfield, obviously, Virgil will keep his spot. Konate will come back, in my opinion. Robertson will keep his spot at left back. Midfield, I don't think anything changes in the front six. I think maybe there's a spot for Elliot if they want to play him, but and I don't think Salah starts. I think Salah is going to be on the bench. He's come back from hamstring. I don't think we rush him in. I think if we rush him in, same thing could happen that happened to Trent. A reoccurrence of an injury or an aggravated injury. Like I think we play it safe with Salah because there's so many big games coming up. Now you look in the bottom left of your screen. We've got the Carabao Cup final after this one. Then we got the FA Cup game. We got Luton as well in the league. Luton's first. Luton, then Chelsea, then Southampton. Like the games are coming thick and fast, and there's always a chance of more injuries coming up after this game, or even in this game that we've got tomorrow. Um, so it's one of those like it's gonna have to be a team game. Now we're gonna have to rotate the team around a lot, and that final might like you probably could guarantee you could probably assume that Allison was not going to start that cup game final anyways. I think Kelleher would have probably started that final anyways, but now Kelleher's going to have a long run in the game because the hamstring injury. What he's looking at about 2-3 weeks minimum, Allison, which is a cup which in a normal season is probably about 3 games he's missing. But now with how packed the schedule is going to be, bearing in mind we'll have a Europa League game coming up soon as well. Now with the draw for that on the 19th. I believe it's the 19th, anyways. Don't hold me on that. But if we have a draw on the 19th, we're gonna get a fixture relatively soon. Um, that's 2 fixtures there. Like it'll be two-legged fixtures. Like that's fixtures left, right, and center. The rotation on the squad will have to be massive. Like we're gonna have no Trent. We're gonna have no Allison for at least 2 or 3 weeks minimum. Thiago's like I said what I said about him in the last video. I think his time with Liverpool's done. Szoboszlai is another one on the injury list. Like there is potential for more injuries. I don't want it. I pray, I touch wood that it doesn't happen. But you when you've got this much fixtures coming up thick and fast, there's always a chance that it could happen. I'm praying it doesn't, but it could happen. But tomorrow we go into Brentford, who aren't exactly having their best of seasons. They're in the mid table. They're 14th. They're not having the best of seasons, but now they've got their main man back. They're not. They you can't rule them out. Um, if we went into this fixture with a Brentford that didn't have Ivan Toney, I think we beat them comfortably. But now that Ivan Toney's back, they look like a different force all over again. And it's like I said, like I looked at that game against Man City. I didn't even think the Brentford played that bad. I think Flecken in goal had a very good game, and he's more than likely going to have another good game tomorrow against Liverpool. Like keepers tend to turn up against Liverpool and tend to turn into like prime Buffons or prime any other fucking goalkeeper. Yashin, let's go for Yashin. Fuck it. Um, I don't even, yeah, but I don't even know if Yashin was even a good keeper. I just know about flipping reports of him being the best keeper, but I never got to see him in my time. So I said prime Buffon because I got to see Buffon in my time. But yeah, the lineup obviously I still think Keller is the best second choice keeper that Liverpool have ever had in a long time. He's so good at second choice. He's too good to be second choice. He's good enough to be a first teamer at some club, and I'm praying that he doesn't leave us, but you kind of understand if he does that he's too good to be second choice, and if he wants to be Ireland's number one long term, like he is getting picked nowadays, but if he wants to be that number one long term, he can't be Liverpool's number two. He needs to leave and be his first teamer. And obviously that'll be a sad day for me. I'll be happy. I'll be very very sad to see him go if that is to be the case. But you gotta be happy for the guy that the guy's come into this Liverpool team, been a very good number two, and done the job. How many times in the past when Alisson's been injured or suspended? I say suspended like he gets suspended all the time. He's been suspended once, but every time he gets injured and he's not been present, and we've normally put Adrian in goal. Like, how many times have you gone into that game stressing about that goalkeeper position and that goalkeeper position alone? Nothing other than the goalkeeper position. You are stressed about the defense here and there. Obviously, that COVID season when we had a back four of like Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, like you were stressed. But the keeper positions always had you stressed because Adrian was never comfortable. And I've said this a couple of times. I don't mind having Adriana's backroom like a third choice keeper, but he's not a second choice keeper. And obviously, he might have to be that second choice keeper right now with Keller pushing forward. But I've said this a long time as well. Like I've looked at all the training videos. That Marcelo Peter Luger looks very good enough to be a second choice keeper. Should Kelleher leave or move on? And I don't see why we don't put Peter Luger in right now as a second choice keeper. Kelleher will need a break. He's not. I don't think he's at that level to be that game in, game out. And where there's an opportunity for Peter Luger to come in and have a try, I don't see why not. Southampton game, I'm looking at that game as a perfect opportunity. Like, don't get me wrong, we want to win the FA Cup as well and go push on for this quad. But if you put a balanced team out in front of a youngster keeper, there's a chance that he could have a very good shining. Um, like we look at all the youngsters that we've had so far. Bradley, like Bobby Clark is looking good as well. Owen Beck when he was performing, like all the youngsters when Liverpool have asked them to step up. Cade Gordon, like looking at all of them, like Ben Doak, like when you put them in a team with a lot of experience, they're gonna learn so much and they're gonna bring their own game to the picture as well. There's opportunity for Peter Luger in this Liverpool team, I think, and with him being Brazilian, like with all the other Brazilians that we have or have had at the club, like he was around when Fabinho and Firmino were there. I mean, dare I say Arthur Melo and Arthur did nothing at the club, but he was Brazilian and he was in the backroom staff. Alisson's still there. Like there is obviously now you got the South American geezers that will probably be able to communicate with him. Like Luis Diaz is there, McAllister's there, Darwin's there. Like I don't see why there's not an opportunity to bring him in there. I mean, obviously it's up to Klopp at the end of the day. I think he does play it safe and go with Adrian, but I don't see why there's not a space on the bench minimum for Peter Luger, to be honest. Um, Lineup wise, yeah, I don't think I don't think we changed much attacking wise, midfield wise. I think the defense shifts a bit. Bradley comes in for me. Konate comes back in from his suspension. Virgil Robertson stay. Keller keeps his spot with Allison's new injury reports. Obviously, that's not confirmed. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but a lot of the reporters that I'm seeing on Twitter that have said it are fairly reliable and have been spot on with all the other stuff normally. My main go-to guy tends to be Grizz Khan. Like he's top quality stuff, and more 99% of the time he's accurate with what he says. He doesn't tweet about it until he's fairly sure. So my go-to guy tends to be him and James Pearce. To be fair, them two guys are my main news sources for Liverpool, and he's not directly said it, but the way he's put it makes me think that he has actually picked up a hamstring injury. So that's unfortunate for us. But I'm predicting a 2-1 win. I think Liverpool do finally change things around tomorrow. I think we finally. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think we might concede, but I think we concede first. If I'm being honest, I think Brentford go 1-0 up, and Liverpool tend to grind better when we go 1-0 down. So I think if we do go 1-0 down, I think we can grind this. And I think I really do want to see Harvey Elliott start. I've been the biggest admirer of that guy for a long time, and I'm hoping we do see a start on him. But 2-1 win. The best place to see the best place, the only place to see my live reactions to this game is over on my Twitch channel. So make sure you do go over there. It's a 12:15 start, 12:30 kickoff. 12:15 is when my stream will start on Twitch. So make sure you're over there. Give me a follow on there as well. It's free. It won't cost you a single penny. Whilst you're doing all that, my social media is in the bottom right of your screen, over there somewhere. Yeah, they're over there somewhere. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you haven't already. Like, it's free. It's not going to cost you any pennies, and it helps your boy grow on this channel that bit more. You're going to see my match analysis and match reactions after the game tomorrow on YouTube. I will do one of these videos for YouTube. But if you want to see all my reactions to any any goal reactions or anything big that happens in the game, they'll stay on TikTok. All the reactions will stay on TikTok, but videos like this, pre-match and after-match, will come on YouTube. But yeah, subscribe and all of that business. And if you want to see live reactions to that game, follow me on Twitch. Brentford versus Liverpool. I'm predicting a 2-1 win to Liverpool. You never walk alone. Let's go, Reds. Bring it home.